we would go to a town, we'd know a few believers, and they would know that we'd be coming. And I'd arrive in most of the churches, they were all like in little homes, and sometimes they'd pile like 100 people in a home, or 50, and everybody in a little living room, and just packed in there, and just in the summertime be hot, sweaty, and just like conditions that mosquitoes and 100-degree weather. And you come in this little home, we couldn't hardly breathe in the house, and you come there with the truck, and you open up the tailgate, and it was all cassettes at that time, and books. And before I could open it, if people would climb already in the tailgate and grab the boxes and says, wait a minute, I got to sort this out. But they would almost like open up, rip the boxes open, and get what they could get. That's the excitement they had about the message. And many a times you don't see that today anymore, the real excitement. I usually tell people a lot, what was your first experience when you got a hold of the message? Well, I remember in those places, people would just like basically grab it from you, and they would just go in there, almost steal it out of your vehicle, and they would get part 4 of a long message that was translated. That's when the cassettes were there. They had four cassettes to make one message, and one would walk off with part 4 and part 3. He says, wait a minute, you didn't get the whole set. There's more to it. And I thought, like, wow, you had no control in the beginning, because people were so excited about getting those messages. And with the books the same way. I mean, before you know it, like if they knew you were coming, man, they'd be all piled in there. It didn't matter if it was a Tuesday night or a Monday night, or they had the time to come see you, and they knew like there was somebody from out west. They were taking these messages, and they wanted to have this. Right now, like back in those days, you never would think like, I can have the message on my iPhone, or I can have the message on a tablet, on an iPad, or on my computer. And back in those days, it was unheard of, It was just printed, and it was cassettes. And then later we went to MP3, CDs, and things improved. And I believe it's just made it easier and easier that they could have the entire message in hand reach. And even to know like that you can be up on top of the mountain today and have this message, everything what you want. You have it in your hand reach, you have everything in your pocket. And but from when it changed, you may think like, well, how do you do it today? Like it's not maybe as much anymore that we take truckload after truckload of cassettes and books and bringing them to the people, since they've gone, more digital and things have improved. And I'm just happy how it's been made easier for the people to receive this message today in such a form that they have never had dreamed of, that they can have the entire message on a little SD card and just have everything right there, what they need in their life. And to me, that's one of the greatest improvements for today, that we don't have to take truckloads after truckload and go through all these border checkpoints. And I remember even going in a plane sometimes, taking stuff with me in the plane, like going to North Africa. Our office also serves North Africa. And you have this with you, Lord. You have to be with us even during transport of this message. And that maybe is not as much today, but back in those days, that when we had to take everything with us in suitcases on planes or in vehicles, or go on a ship, on a ferry, and go through inspections. And it's like, I remember like going on a plane, taking many suitcases with you, and knowing like these people have no clue what we have with us if you go, for example, to a Muslim country. And to be able to, you have to completely surrender everything to God. So, Lord, this is your work, and I knew that He had to make a way to get this message in the hands of the predestinated seed of God. All the foreign ones have been sent free of charge. And this has been a big surprise for many of people that have gotten this in the mail with a personal letter from Brother Joseph that gave them, from Voice of God, that this gift was given to them from Voice of God. And this has been, they had never thought of this, that this would happen, that this came in as a surprise like this in the mail. but people have responded by phone and sent us emails that they've been so thankful that, wow, this is like, we have never dreamed that this would be sent to us like this, you know. And so I believe it's a blessing for them, you know. We really thank the people in the Western countries that make this possible, that we can take these messages to a lost and dying world across the sea. And you don't know what it means. Like I always tell the people, like, you know, I was in Portugal not too long ago, and you meet new people all the time. But I make sure that they know that somebody out there, maybe a little washwoman, a sister, or a brother, that's supporting this work, that's sacrificing maybe their last pennies or their last dollars to help out, that this message can go out in the mission field. To them, I'm just kind of the mailman in between. We get the material from you, from the headquarters, and for me, it's every time it's a blessing to be able to when they get it in their hands, when we go to churches and pass them out to the people that have come, how thankful they are that they can get this, that they can read this. And if it's a young person or an older person, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy, you know, it makes me happy to see, like, we can help out. But without that support, it would not have been made possible that we can travel on the road, the fuel expenses. You know, we got to live, we got to eat. And many people don't think the long transportation line it takes to finally get to the person that gets it in their hands. So we're really happy that it's made possible, and I want to thank the people in the United States and other countries that support this work, that we can go out and make this available for the people, and it's just I can't thank you enough. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you that made this possible, and that we can go out and do this. And I know, like, sometimes it's just hard-earned dollars. We always think like it's the man that has a lot extra and gives it, but it's a lot of times when I hear, like, who gave that donation, you know, and it's sometimes not from abundance, but it's from real sacrifice, that they gave their last dollars to help out on the mission field. And I believe the reward will come when we get on the other side. And they'd be surprised to see the souls that they have won for the Lord Jesus Christ. And I just want to thank you from all my heart, that even the people that I meet that usually tell me, says, when you ever get back to Jeffersonville, is that give my special greetings to Brother Joseph, and how he puts this message to work and to give it out. It says, please shake in my hands, give him a hug. And many a times they come in tears to you. They just they're just so moved by, and you know, when you see that, you just get moved by it too. It's just, you can't help but think, like, somewhere somebody, you know, had to make that decision to send those containers across the sea with the funds that come in. And I believe it's well spent, like, to get this message to a lost and dying world. And I'm just thankful to be a part of that, and I just want to thank you people too. And I just feel I'm not worthy to do this, but we just want to put our shoulder to the wheel and everything that we can to do what we can, whatever time is left, to spread this precious message.